Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today is the 11th of May. We are still in the middle of Singapore's COVID-19 circuit breaker lockdown. Today, I got a few requests for the past few days for how to deworm my Merbok. That's a zebra dove. As you can see, this is Fatty here. He's my pet, and you have seen his videos. Fatty is pretty tame. He's pretty tame. Wash his cage. Every day I wash his cage. I use this cage so that it's easy to maintain. And how do I give deworm for the zebra dove, which we call the Merbok in Southeast Asia? Now, this, let me refocus the focus for you. This is a water rocket that I use for Fatty. This is about 100 ml. The water rocket for Jambul is about 120 to 150 ml. So it's still roughly you can work with it. Now for Merbok, I deworm him every once a month with the number one deworm. So how many drops goes into this rocket? And once a month for 5 days. Okay, now Fatty is a heavy drinker. He can finish one rocket in about 2.5 days. So normally I change his water, his solution 2 days once. Okay, usually I deworm on the 15th of every month, but today, since I got a bit of spare time, I start early. I deworm him on the 11th of May instead of 15th of May. First, you got to shake this bottle, the number one deworm. This is the same deworm that I use on my Putehs and Jambuls and all that. Huh? So now, Merbok, they take a lot of seeds, and a lot of seeds have a lot of eggs of parasites, internal parasites and parasites. So how many drops you can see? Normally I give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You can give 12 or you can give up to 15. I just got to 12 drops. Let's give him 15. 1, 2, 3. 12 plus 3, you get 15 drops. This is the deworm inside the rocket. It's very simple. And I use, for convenience, this is one of the cheapest drinking water, our own very Singapore drinking water NTUC. You can use Ice Mountain. You can use 7-Eleven drinking water. You can use 7-Eleven distilled water. Now I'm gonna pour this water. I don't use tap water. I don't use boiled tap water. It contains chlorine, chloramine. Even after you boil, it still contains chloramine. And then it contains fluoride. So I don't give all this to my birds because it affects their throat, it affects their brain, fluoride, and they are very, very sensitive. Okay, now this is actually a parrot rocket, but I like it. It's very compact, so, and it's cute. Okay, I would say the jumbo rocket is flat at the bottom and it's easier. So it depends on your preference what you like, because for me I just clip it on, it still works. And that's it. The deworm for Fatty is there. Now what do I give Fatty for food? I don't give him Merbok bombs. I don't give him soaked green beans at the moment. Soaked green beans is actually a personal preference. I don't want to give him at the moment. Okay, so this is, can I focus a little bit for you? This is normal unpolished rice. Normal rice, unpolished. It's very natural, so I prefer to give him this for the moment. I haven't got the black glutinous rice yet for him. That one old-timer friend tells me 1 teaspoon twice a week. I'm going to try that, and I'm going to do videos and update also. Now, the other food is this finch food. Okay, I refocus, you can see. This one is actually for finches, but I like to choose this over the normal Merbok food because I think you can ask the finch community hobbies. This is one of the best finches food, and I think it's from Belgium or some Western Europe countries. They do clean the seeds and they do put certain chemicals that keep the pests away. But it's never 100% guarantee that it's free from the eggs of parasites. It's also never guaranteed 100%, so we still have to deworm. And you can try this, or you can give the normal seeds to the Merbok, our Asian style one. Now, the reason why I deworm is like servicing of the car engine. So he's like aircraft engine because he can fly. I treat them like aircraft engines. I treat them like aircraft because birds, they are more unique. Their body systems are very different from mammals. And if they can fly, their body systems are more complex. Then we should give them a little bit of more detailed effort. So you can see this is the deworm. This is the finch seeds. Okay, let me refocus for you. Okay, normally Fatty is pretty tame. I try not to scare him. Okay, I put the seeds in for him. For me, my style is the finch seeds is here, and the unpolished rice, normal unpolished rice, is on the left of the cage. Can you move one side, Fatty, for me? Come on. Okay, good boy. Okay. He's pretty tame. So I like to do this for him. And of course, this container, I brush it and I make sure it's clean and dry before I put any liquid so it doesn't affect his throat, keeps things clean. Okay, so that's how you give the deworm for the Merbok. It's 12 drops to 15 drops. This is a parrot rocket, about 100 ml. If you use a jumbo rocket or larger rocket, you can give about 15 drops of number one, fill it to the top. It's not at the maximum, it's because of some water gets into there below. Okay, but it's actually fully filled. And this thing stays for 5 days. But Fatty is a heavy drinker, so every 2 days I will change. So I can do it for 6 days of deworm. The reason for the last 2 days and 3 days of the deworm is this seeds, and that seeds, they may have eggs of parasite worms. We can't see. Okay, just because we cannot see, we cannot say, oh, there's no eggs or that. There's a possibility, and very high possibility. Even I checked with the manufacturer of these finch seeds in Western Europe. I emailed to them, and they did say it's better not to assume. It's better to deworm a bird properly. So every month, if you deworm, if you're using this number one deworm, it's only once a month, and it's only 5 days. That leaves you with about 25 days to play with your bird. So I think it's a fair trade-off rather than other methods where it interrupts the playing of the bird for every weekend or all that stuff. So this is to make sure the last few days of the deworm, the eggs inside the seeds, the larvae will hatch. And because the eggs are actually made out of a special protein, most deworm, including this deworm medicine, it cannot penetrate that protein shell of the internal parasite eggs. So when the larvae hatches, this can kill the larvae. Okay, so that explains why my deworm is 5 days treatment or 6 days treatment if you want for 6 days. And it also explains why it's once a month, because once a month, this is very, very efficient in return for the effort you take in. It's only once a month. And then when you're not using this, you put it inside the fridge. So if you need to use, you just take out of the fridge, you just shake, and then you just drop. Just make sure this is clean. You have the best of everything, so it doesn't grow bacteria. Bacteria gets, or viruses gets into the water, gets into his throat. And then when he gets into his throat, he's gonna cough, he's gonna have sore throat and all kinds of stuff. Then we we start to worry and we get the problem of trying to cure him again. So once we do our part on all this, he's much healthier, we have less hassle. And some hobbyists did ask me, how often do you change this? Because Singapore's weather is very humid. So like bird food, manufactured bird food, seeds, natural seeds like this, I tend to change once in 2 or 3 days. And I don't give full cup. The most I give is half cup. Sometimes I give about 80%, but that's only for once or twice a month. I just want to see their psychology. Fatty is very interesting. If I give him a lot of these seeds, he will eat a lot and he'll sing a lot. So I get to know his character. He's not greedy, you see. You must understand what is called greedy. Greedy is eat and you don't perform and do things. Fatty is not greedy. He eats a lot, but he sings the whole day. So that's why he's a very lovely pet. And that's why I really respect him. I really give it to him as a bird because he eats a lot. He can eat one full cup. Takes about 4 days, but that 4 days is going to sing like crazy lah. Like you're talking about from 30 minutes an hour, you will sing about up to 45 minutes an hour, and he's loud when he sings. So that's how my neighbor get to enjoy his song sometimes. That's about all. So this is how you deworm a merbok, or merbok, or zebra dove as we call it. Okay, so I'm gonna hang Fatty back at his favorite spot, which is in the living room at the window. But when I hang him there, I don't leave him alone. I'm always in the living room so that he doesn't get scared or get frightened by predator birds. That's one thing that we have to take into account of our pet birds. We hang outside the window, we hang inside the house, but next to the window. We should be around, so keep an eye on predator birds. Hornbills are known to kill putehs. You have shrikes and all the other things. So that's part of my sharing. So hope you find this video educational and helpful. This is a Universal Deworm that I use on my Jambuls, my Shamas in Thailand. I use it on Jambos even in Singapore. Later I'll do a video on how I do for the Jumbo. The dosage is slightly different. And I definitely use it for my putehs. So I'm going to deworm my putehs so that I can track all of them. You know, like 11th of May, the merbok is on deworm the first day. My putehs will be on deworm also on the first day. So after 5 days or 6 days, I know how to change this water back to normal water or back to lava direct solution for multivitamin supplement. Okay, so thank you very much and happy hobby everyone. Thanks.